All right, we're going to continue with this. I started this on the last video. I wanted to start anew, I should say. Grab my paper here. So we're going to solve this absolute value equation. Remember, the absolute value means it's the distance from zero. So I'm saying that x minus 80, this thing right here, is 5 units from zero. That's what this is saying. X minus 80, whatever's inside, is this many units from zero, 5. So in my mind, I see this. If this is 0 and I go 5 units to the right, I'll have an x minus 80. I'll have this. But if I go 5 units to the left, that's at negative 5, I'll also have that x minus 80. And so in reality, I have two scenarios, two equations. And if you remember from the other perspective, we ended up with two possibilities when we started talking about the distance from 0. So I can write two equations. X minus 80 is equal to negative 5. That's this one. And then I can write this one. X minus 80 is equal to 5. Positive 5. So I have two solutions possibly here. So let's go through this. If I'm going to solve this, I just need to add 80 to this side and add 80 to that side. So x is equal to 75. So that's one value of x. And then same thing over here. Let me add 80 to this and add 80 to this so that x is equal to 85. So I'm really saying that I have two possible values. If these are solutions, they need to be able to make this equation true. In this case, I actually have two. So if I plug a 75 in here, then 75 minus 80 is negative 5. Right? Let me do that over here. So if I plug it in, 75 minus 80, if I put that in absolute value, let's see if that's true. Well, this is the absolute value of, well, that's negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is 5, and that's equal to 5. So this solution is correct. I just checked it, that's all. Let me check this one. Let me start off with this. Instead of x, I'm going to write 85 minus 80 in absolute value. That's equal to 5. Remember, this is just a check, just like it was a check over here. I'm back here, I have the absolute value of whatever I get when I do that subtraction. That gives me 5, should be equal to 5. Well, the absolute value of 5 is just 5, and that equals 5. So I see that that is true as well. So I actually have two solutions for this absolute value equation. You generally will. There are some cases when you won't. And there are some cases where it just doesn't really make sense. So let me try to sneak this one in as well. What if I did, for example, 2 minus 3 times the absolute value of x plus 1 equals negative 6? Actually, you know what? That one's a little too aggressive right away. We'll do some more aggressive ones in class. Let's do the absolute value of x over 7 minus 8 equals negative 7. All right. Given that one, I don't want to address this yet until it's isolated. So let me get rid of this 8 by adding it to both sides. I still have the absolute value of x over 7. And over here, I have a positive 1. Well, this is 1 unit away from 0. So if I look at my number line, at 1 and negative 1, I'll have this thing. So I have two equations. All right. In these equations, I have x over 7 equals negative 1 and x over 7 equals 1. Multiply this side and that side by 7, x is equal to negative 7. And multiply this side and that side by 7, and x is equal to 7. Those are my two solutions. All right. I rushed that because I thought I was running out of time here. Let me make sure we're good, though. I ended up with this. In order to solve that, I need to multiply both sides by 7. And if I do, I get this, negative 7. And the same thing over here. I had started with that. I multiplied both sides by 7. I ended up with a positive 7. My answers are 7 and negative 7.